Hello friends, I have already filmed this intro once and then it turned into 5.5 minutes of me just babbling. So anyway, we're going to try and make glue gun molds, hot glue molds. That's what we're going to try to do today. I'm trying to simplify it for you. I have these itty bitty tombstones from Michaels. They were on sale. I think I got them for like $4 something. And then I have this key, also from Michaels, but this is, God, years old. There's not even a date on the back of here, I don't think. Oh, yes, there is. 2014 is when I got this key. I told you guys I'm a hoarder. Anyway, I have no clue what I'm doing with this stuff. I'm hoping that I can use UV resin because I am all out of my regular resin. And I can't monetize my channel yet because I don't have the watch time, so we're just having to do UV resin projects and possibly some projects without resin at all for right now until I get my next paycheck. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing right now. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to damage this stuff. I really hope. The key, obviously, I've had since 2014. I don't care if this key gets damaged. These precious little angels, I do care if they get damaged. So hopefully that won't happen. Let's cross our little fingers and hope and pray that it doesn't go awry. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got my hot glue gun heating up, and I guess we'll dig into these little babies. Let's see. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they are just blank on the back. I honestly believe that these pieces are resin themselves. It doesn't say, but I feel like these are resin. Yeah, they look like resin and they feel like resin. So, anyway, I might just try one out for now. Let's see, which one do I not care about as much? I think this one with the cross. I don't care if that one gets ruined. Okay, so I've got this is my SureBonder. It's a wireless hot glue gun. I've got some old hot glue in this that I want to get rid of. Let me see. Let me grab a paper towel real quick. And by old, I mean, I keep turning this on and forgetting that it's on and then walking away for days at a time and it gets kind of burnt like that. Yes, okay. Ooh. Am I going to start a fire? Okay. Well, I got all of that hot glue out because I don't want it to be yellow. I want it to be clear, or as clear as it can be. So let me grab the rest of my glue sticks, clear this out, and then I will be back once we're ready to pour the resin, and I'll unwrap this, okay? All right. Okay. I also took off the little twine that was on the key, obviously. I have squeezed out all of the burnt hot glue and gotten down to mostly clear. So, let's go ahead and do this. I'm nervous, you guys. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if it... Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. I feel like, so this one is a high temp hot glue gun. So I feel like it doesn't really need to be like fed on there in straight lines or anything. because it's so hot that it's just going to melt together anyway. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. So actually, let me switch over to my phone view, and that way you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. That's probably a smarter idea, Megan. Okay, let's do that. Okay. See a little bit missing there. I'm also going to, I guess, build it up. My only real concern right now is that I am seeing like bubbles in this. So maybe I shouldn't be all willy-nilly with it. God, I tell you what. This is going to go through some resin. I really should have watched somebody smarter than me do this first, so that way I could learn from them. But you guys watch me because you know that I'm an idiot. Okay. I need some more right here. And some more right here. Okay. I'm going to let that cool down some before I add more. And then let's go ahead and do this little guy. Now, for those of you yelling at me right now, if you haven't already skipped to the end part, I do not have any Vaseline to place on these before adding the hot glue, which is why I'm only trying this. I've got glue boogies on my phone now, which is why I'm trying this on only one for now to see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to let that cool down, and then we'll be back to assess. Okay? Okay. All right. So, I kind of lied to you guys just a little bit, but it's for your benefit. I also went ahead and did a second layer over these to make them a little bit thicker off camera because y'all don't want to watch that. And, yeah. So, let's start with the little guy. This looks pretty good so far. I will say, just straight off the bat, before I take this out, it is clear enough for the UV light to get through. So, that's great. The only problem is because I didn't use any like Vaseline or anything, I do think that these are going to be like a matte finish. Let me grab my little hooky thing and see if it can help me get this out. Okay. Okay, okay, we're getting there. I am working pretty carefully and slowly because I don't want to damage, obviously, the piece that's in there. And I also want this mold to actually work because I want to be able to make more of these little headstones, you know? It's mostly out. Okay. Wow. There, it's riddled with, well, no, I don't think it's riddled with bubbles. No. Those are the pock marks that are already designed in there. Okay. So, I'll hold this up. I did cut my glove, but that's okay. Can you guys see that it did come out good? Okay. Woo! Okay, step one of that one is good. Let's go ahead and try this. I think this is going to be a lot easier to demold. You know, simply because it's a lot larger than that. Yeah. My main concern with this one is that it's riddled with bubbles, which you can actually see, or, well, at least I could, from the top. I could see that there were a lot of bubbles, but I'm honestly really not surprised about that because of how quickly I was pouring the hot glue. So, it is workable, it is bendable. I think this part's going to be a pain in the butt to get out, this middle part. I do think that's going to be a little bit of a problem. So, one way to do it would be to heat it up with my heat gun to kind of melt the hot glue a little bit, but I don't want to do that. Oh, 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 it's coming. Slowly but surely. God, I feel like I'm giving birth. Which I've already done twice, Key. I don't want to do it again. Oh! Got it. Okay. And the key is unscathed just like the little headstone. Okay. Woo! Okay. So I'm just looking in. And yeah, there's definitely some bubbles that I'm seeing. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see them. I guess you kind of can right here at the bottom. You can see some tiny little bubbles. Now this one that's right here, that's actually on the second layer. So that's not also this one right here. Those are not part of this layer of glue. Okay. All right, so I got my glovies on. I'm just going to use clear resin, just the regular UV resin, just to test this out. I will say this key is probably not on the most stable side of things. So I might have to put something, there we go. That looks a bit better. Well, maybe a little less. I need a little bit less. Okay. All right. So I'm going in with my Total Boat UV resin. And we're going to see. So I'm just going to pour the resin in, pop the bubbles with my heat gun, do a quick cure with my light, and then take it over to the actual UV lamp and do the full cure over there. This is going to be a lot of resin for this key. But if it works, that would be super cool. And it would also be cool for those of us who love this hobby but also realize that it is a total money suck and that silicone is very expensive. Like the kind that you use to make your own molds. I know a lot of people have used this this method before. You know, just to try it out and see if it works, but I don't know how many of those people are continuing to use this method to make their own molds, you know? Like, how good do these molds hold up? I will say right now, they're not leaking. So, that's a bonus Jonas for me, I guess. Let me grab my light. Oh, let me grab my air thing. Actually, I'm not really seeing any bubbles, so actually, no, I don't want to do that because it's super loud. But I'm going to go ahead and cure these up partially and then fully, and then I will be back to demold and we'll see how they look, okay? Okay. Alright, so these are cured. Hopefully, they're not as difficult to remove as the original counterparts were. Yes, yes, I know. Where's your mold release? I don't have any. I'm a broke resin crafter. Like I said, the key was a lot easier because, you know, the key was bigger. This one is just, it's awkward, you know? And I'm shaking the table trying to get it out. Let me get... Okay. So, while I'm struggling with this, like I said, I par-cured it over here with my little light. Which, by the way, Total Boat, if you are watching this, you really should offer your UV resin kits without the little light. Just, you know, the bottle of resin. Because I've got like 6 of these lights now. So, maybe you guys should think about just offering just the UV resin. Ah. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, Gravestone, get out the hot glue. You can do it. Kick him in the freaking balls. Comment if you know what movie that's from. I have plans, by the way, to paint this if I can get it to work. feel like I'm just breaking it. Well, the good thing is that if my little hook is doing any damage to the actual headstone, they already come distressed, so I'm really just distressing it more. Yeah, no? Okay. We're going to put a pause on this for a minute. I'm going to do this off camera so that y'all don't have to watch 25 minutes of a 40-year-old woman trying to do this and struggling, okay? Alright, so let's just come back once I get it out, if I get it out. Pray for me. Alright, friends, Editing Megan here. So, the key mold, yeah, it's gone. As you can see, it ripped when I was trying to extract the resin piece, and now I see why people don't really reuse these molds. Yes, it's partially my fault because I didn't have any kind of a mold release or anything to put into it. But yeah, the key looks freaking terrible, so I'm not keeping that. The tombstone mold fared a little bit better, but the hot glue did stick to the resin a little bit, so the mold no longer has the intricate details that it originally did. So this is probably a one-use only thing, unless you get some kind of mold release or, what's that stuff called that you put? Vaseline. You know, something like that to put in there before you pour it. I do have a little bit of the blue silicone stuff left, so I would really like to make molds of these tiny tombstones that I'm showing you right here, because they're so cute, but they are pretty expensive for a set. So I want to make some molds so that I can continue to make some more of these cute little, you know, headstones and stuff. So the rest of this video is basically me finishing off the little headstone. The key is, I'm not even going to touch that. It's just trash at this point. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Pinata silver alcohol ink and paint that all over the tombstone. And then I've got some black paint, some cheap paint from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to mix that with a little bit of water and put that on top as sort of like an aging effect. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of this video. There are no glamour shots because, to be honest with you, it wasn't very glamorous to look at one tiny little tombstone. And the key, I mean, I'm telling you, it really came out terrible. So anyway, that's why I was frustrated with this whole video. That's why this originally Tuesday's video is now Thursday's video. So I hope that's okay with you guys. You know, obviously I forgot to turn my mic back on to do all of this. So here I am at 7:20 p.m. on Wednesday, finally home from work, and I'm doing it. Anyway, that is today's video. I hope you guys got something out of it. I mean, if anything, you enjoyed watching me struggle, so hopefully. Anyway, that's today's video. If you did enjoy it, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. It really helps out my channel, helps me to grow. Also, if you are new, stick around by clicking the red subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Take care.